Hey, what's up you guys, it's Caboose bringing you another video, and today what I got for you guys is my official non-spoiler review of Ant-Man and the Wasp, the latest entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, before we jump into this, I wanted to ask you guys, of course, if you could leave a like rating on the video as it shows your support, and I would really appreciate it, so if you could leave a like, that would be awesome. And with that said, well, let's just jump right into this. Now, I know you can tell already that this is not one of those traditional reviews that you normally see on the channel where we're on the That's a Wrap set. That's because my brother actually hasn't gotten a chance to see the movie yet. So I'm just going to do this review solo, give you guys my non-spoiler thoughts on it, and then once he gets a chance to see the movie, we'll give you guys our spoiler review, and that will be, you know, our traditional review where we're on the That's a Wrap set and everything like that. But right now, wanted to give you guys my non-spoiler thoughts. So I got to see the film last night at a screening here in Toronto, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed the movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp, obviously, it takes place after the events of the first film, but it's also dealing with the repercussions of Captain America's Civil War. During this movie, Scott Lang is on house arrest because obviously, you know, he's working with Captain America. He went against the laws of the Sokovia Accords, which we saw in Captain America's Civil War. And on top of that, Hope Van Dyne and Hank Pym are on the run because it's their tech that was used by Scott during Captain America's Civil War. So they are also being chased by the FBI, by the police, and trying to be arrested. While they're on the run, they're actually trying to see if they can find a way to get Janet Van Dyne, which is obviously Hank's wife, Hope's mom, out of the quantum realm because they know that Scott went into the quantum realm in the events of the first film and made it out. So that's what they're trying to do, and that's basically the overall story of this film. And I feel like the crux of the film is lying on the fact that, you know, Hope and Hank are trying to get Janet out of the quantum realm. They're trying to save her because they feel that that is something that is possible. Now, obviously, the villain of this movie, Ghost, is someone who intervenes in all this. She has a bit of a backstory that I feel I don't want to go into because it's a little spoilery. You know, when you want to talk about it, it's going to be a little spoilery. So I won't talk too much on her backstory, but I will say that this was one of those Marvel villains that was a bit disposable. I don't think it's on the level of what Yellow Jacket was in the first film, where it's really a throwaway villain, but I also don't think she's on the level of someone like, you know, Michael Keaton as the Vulture or some of the other villains that we've gotten recently in this phase of Marvel movies. You know, she's not really up there, but she's also not completely disposable. She has a pretty decent backstory. I kind of like the character, and I definitely love the abilities and the powers that Ghost has. They really show off some awesome things that the character can do, and the visuals that come with Ghost is amazing. Like, really, really well done stuff. The whole cast is back in this one, pretty much everyone, all the supporting characters, and then of course we got some new characters thrown in there as well. But talking about the main cast, the people that we've seen from the first film, they're all great. Obviously, Paul Rudd as Scott Lang is fantastic. I love the relationship he has with his daughter in this film, Cassie. She is so adorable. I love her in this movie. She is amazing. They have such a good dynamic, and they bounce off each other really, really well. And you can see, you know, the way he's now finally becoming more of a father figure, the kind of the person that he wanted to be in the first film. And it's just great. All the father-daughter scenes in this movie are amazing. They are incredible. And then, of course, we have characters like Evangeline Lilly as Hope, and same thing there with Scott in this movie. Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, they have some great chemistry, and they bounce off each other very well. But in my opinion, the standout of this movie, without a doubt, is Michael Douglas as Hank Pym. He was so good in this movie. He brings a lot of emotional weight to the movie. He brings some great comedic moments in the movie. And overall, he acted his ass off in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hank Pym's character is perfect. I really, really enjoyed Michael Douglas' performance in this movie. But yeah, the rest of the supporting cast is great. You know, T.I., Michael Pena as Luis, all that crew that works for Scott Lang in the first Ant-Man and, of course, carrying on in the second film. They do a great job. They're really there mainly for comedy relief, and at some points there is a little too much comedy, but it's just fine, and they do a great job at what they're supposed to do. And then, of course, we have some new characters, obviously, like Lawrence Fishburne playing Dr. Bill Foster, and I thought he was great, too. I don't want to go too much into his character, but I thought he was really great, and he shares some scenes with Michael Douglas in this movie that are some of the best scenes in the movie, truly. It really adds to Michael Douglas's performance for sure. But one of the new characters in this movie that actually really bugged me, and a character I feel that could have gone completely without in Ant-Man and the Wasp is Walton Goggins, who plays this character named Sonny Birch. And basically, his character is like this side villain that the characters have to deal with throughout the movie. And I felt, man, this character was really, really annoying. Every time he shows up, I was like, please get this man off the screen. Stop dealing with this guy. I am so sick of it because he doesn't have any powers. There's really not much that he can do to go up against Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know, they just, every time he shows up, they kick his ass and they get him out of there, you know? So, like, I feel 20 minutes of the movie could have been completely shaved off if they just got rid of his character completely and the entire movie was about Ant-Man and the Wasp dealing with Ghost. And that also would have given a little more time for them to develop Ghost and give us more of an idea of her motivation in the movie, because there were moments in the film where we're just taking up time with this character, Walton Goggins' character, and it's just annoying. And honestly, we could have completely gone without his character, and you wouldn't have missed much. And then we got Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp in this movie, and I don't want to say anything about the character, really. It's just going to be jumping into spoiler territory. So all I will say about her is she does a great job in the role, she's fantastic in the movie, and that's really it. I don't want to get too much into spoiler territory, so I won't say much more, but keep an eye out for the spoiler review, as we will be jumping deeper into all this stuff in that review. It's coming later this week. But overall, Ant-Man and the Wasp is another great entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's got a lot of laughs, although some of them are hit or miss. It's got great action, and it's overall just a ton of fun. I feel one of my biggest gripes in the movie is the character of Walton Goggins. The side villain in the movie takes away a lot of time, some time that we could have spent maybe developing the villain of the movie, Ghost, a little bit more, because that's my main gripes of the movie, is that the villain is not as developed and becomes one of those, you know, generic one-note MCU villains, where I feel that there was something there, you know, there was a well-written character that we could have expanded on more. It's just some of the time we could have spent doing that, we spent on this side villain, which ruined it a little bit for me. But overall, I enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I definitely recommend that you go check it out. And it goes without saying, but stay for the credits. Like, seriously, don't get up out of your seat for this one. You do not want to miss the post-credit scenes. There are two, so stick around. There are two post-credit scenes for Ant-Man and the Wasp. But with that said, I now kick it to you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have you seen Ant-Man and the Wasp? And if you haven't, well, what are you most excited for the movie? I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. I'm Caboose, and once again, if you can leave a like rating on the video, which shows your support, and I would really appreciate it. And you can click on screen and make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.